Brooklyn Deacon Phil Franco is a survivor of clerical sex abuse. A priest close to his family attacked him. Today, Deacon Phil works with the Diocese Office of Victim Assistance, and he joins us now. Deacon, first of all, thank you so much for the courage to share your story and for making time for us today.
Thank you for having me.
What was your reaction to the news that Theodore McCarrick was being held accountable for his actions?
Well, I can't speak for all victims, but for me personally, I think it was a combination of, I was very happy that he was finally being held accountable, which is, the accountability is well deserved. On the other hand, there's a frustration there that I did not feel with some other stories because of his level of authority, his level of power, his direct involvement really in the Dallas Charter in 2002. And a little bit of frustration in the sense that it took so long.
Is this frustration for you ongoing with the process? Have you found any encouragement at all as to what's being done to prevent this?
Yes, absolutely. I think it's very encouraging to see that for the first time since 1927, a cardinal has been completely stripped of his title. He is no longer a member of the College of Cardinals. Now, whether or not that came from his decision or the Pope requesting it is to a certain extent irrelevant. The fact of the matter is he lost that title, and he's been asked to live a life of prayer and penance by the Pope, and when the Pope asks, that's more like a demand. So that's a good thing, and I'm glad that people are not being silent anymore, and I think that's a positive thing.
You're not being silent, and for that we appreciate it because you help us get the story out. Do we not focus enough on the victim? How have you been able to endure and survive?
Well, I think a big reason for me being able to endure and survive, and I see the difference. There's many different victims who unfortunately have not been able to. I think for me it's prayer, faith, family, friends, many good priests who have been wonderful guides in this whole terrible situation. But I think when you combine those things, the prayer, family and friends, when you combine that is what has helped you go on. It never goes away, but it's something that you can endure.
And Deacon, have you had an opportunity to speak with other survivors? I know in many of these cases, knowing that you're not alone helps the healing.
Yes, I've had a number of opportunities thanks to the Diocese of Brooklyn and the Victims Assistance Committee and the different aspects of diocesan ministry. I've had a number of opportunities. To this day, people that I've known sometimes for many years will come to me and say that, I never told you this, but I'm a victim also. Or they will come to me as total strangers and say, I saw you in the tablet, or I saw you on Currents or at the healing mass, and I want to talk to you about my story. So I've had the opportunity to meet many others, and also to share their story is helpful for both. It's mutually beneficial.
We now are seeing people that paint the priesthood with a broad brush, and you and I have discussed the fact that you can't do that. Is there a mistrust in your heart for all priests?
Absolutely not. I think quite the opposite. I think one of the reasons, as I suggested, one of the reasons that I have been able to survive and endure this difficult situation are the many great priests who, in a way, really raised me. I grew up without a dad, and priests were essential in my upbringing, and some of them were phenomenal, and I still keep in touch with today. I think of my childhood pastor, who was instrumental in my involvement in the church, and priests after that at the parish. So I think it's a tremendous mistake to paint with a broad brush.
Really quickly, how can the church better address the sex abuse crisis?
Transparency, complete and total transparency, not protecting people regardless of their rank, not being silent regardless of their fear of perhaps hurting their career. And I hate even to use the term career, but some view the priesthood as a career, or the episcopacy. Transparency is the answer.
Deacon Franco, my heart opens up to you. I thank you so much for your courage and for joining me.
Thank
I
you.
look forward to speaking with you a lot more
I appreciate
in the future.
it. Thank you very much. Thank you.